This is the world of urban legends, where stories spread around the world like wildfire. You are now entering this world. There are 3 stories. 2 are myths, only 1 actually happened. Can you tell which is true? Maybe it's our first story of a girl whose initial sushi experience went horribly wrong. Maybe it's our next tale that parents and caregivers find especially disturbing. Or maybe it's the tale of Lena Medina, the youngest mother ever recorded. You'll have to wait till the end to find out. There are hundreds of teenage pregnancies every day. But how many teenagers you know have baby octopi? Maria Rodriguez was by all means a normal teen in Columbia, South Carolina. That is, until the night of August 4th, 1996, when Maria and her 2 friends, Kelly and Jackson, went out for sushi at Oishi Tabamano, a newly opened restaurant downtown. Meet Kelly, Maria's friend.
Like any other night, we were trying sushi for the first time, so we really didn't know what to expect.
Oh my god, have you guys tried this one? It's really good.
It tastes like tapioca. That's gross.
But what Maria didn't know was that the kind of sushi she was eating was made from the insides of an octopus. It was a relatively new type of sushi that hadn't really been properly introduced to the States yet, and for good reasons. Meet Dr. Samuel Burns, Maria's doctor.
Most sushi is fillets that are used, which is basically meat right from the bone. But in this octopus sushi this restaurant served, the octopus' whole body was used, including its reproductive system.
Weeks later, Maria had missed her menstrual period and was throwing up every morning. Meet Melina and Marco Rodriguez, Maria's parents.
Maria was so sick. She wasn't herself. She was emotional all the time. I worried she was pregnant, but Maria swore to us she was virgin.
We brought her to the doctor and Melina did the pee test. And the doctor said she was pregnant. We thought she had lied to us.
Maria wasn't lying. When I did an ultrasound on her abdomen, I discovered an abnormally shaped fetus outside of her uterus in her abdomen. We scheduled an emergency surgery and done an autopsy on the unborn child.
Meet Maria Rodriguez.
Came back from the lab and shot. They told me the testing revealed that I was pregnant with an octopus.
When she ate the sushi, the octopus must have already been pregnant. And when Maria ate it, she swallowed the embryo. Its membrane was permeable to the stomach lining, so it passed through, traveled to her abdomen, and continued to develop.
The octopus sushi has been since outlawed and the restaurant has shut down. Maria's parents sued the restaurant owner. Maria continues to live a normal, healthy life with no complications. However, she will never forget her firstborn, the 8-legged octopus.
Now we will tell you the story of babysitter Melanie Griffiths and what can happen when a stranger calls.
Teenagers have been babysitting for years. A normal night of babysitting usually consists of popcorn and movies, but with Melanie Griffiths of Oak Grove, Kentucky, that wasn't the case.
The McPherson's house to babysit their children as I've been doing since I was 15 years old.
What is that animal with a shiny coat? It is a friendly little goat.
Started out pretty normal, I guess. I played with the kids, we watched some TV, and we had a snack. They brushed their teeth, read a story, and went to bed, but this night was a little different.
The telephone rang and I answered to a heavy breathing voice and suddenly the line went dead. I didn't think anything of it, so I continued watching the movie. The phone rang again and that time a voice was asking me if I've checked the children. I thought it was Mr. McPherson just checking in on the children, but then the line went dead again.
We called to check on the children, and we've never had any trouble with Melanie. She has always been very trustworthy. We live in a small town, and you'd never think that something like this would happen.
The phone rang for the 3rd time. In a very demanding tone, the man said, "Go check the children," and then he just hung up.
Any major incidents in the town of Oak Grove, Kentucky. But you can always count on that. Safety is a priority.
Security systems have become more demanding since that incident 13 years ago.
Pearsons didn't have a cell phone, and I was getting pretty nervous at this point, so I called the phone company. I told the woman what had happened, and I asked if she would trace the call. The woman came back a few minutes later screaming, "Get out of the house! The call is coming from another extension in the house." Then I started hearing footsteps upstairs. I dropped the phone, ran out of the house, and called the cops on my cell phone.
Teenagers playing prank.
We didn't think it would be a serious incident.
The man is arrested. The two children are found tied up with tape around their mouths in the closet. Melanie Griffiths didn't babysit for years after this incident, but with technology changing, caller ID and cell phones have made her feel a little more comfortable answering the phone.
As we have seen, children can often be at the center of mysterious events. Next, we will see the story of Lena Medina, the youngest documented mother in human history. Lena Medina was born on September 27, 1933, in the village of Tecrapo, Peru.
I don't really remember much about it. I was only 5. Life was just so simple. I was just enjoying life.
Meet Dr. Geraldo Lozada, Lena's attending doctor.
In all of my years of being a doctor, I have never seen such a little girl with a normal advancement in growth.
Lena was born with a rare condition called precocious puberty.
She had probable breast development by the age of 3. By the age of 5, her body displayed pelvic widening and advanced bone maturation. However, us doctors still cannot explain how the 5-year-old became pregnant.
It was at the age of 5 that Lena's midsection started growing massively. Her mother, Victoria, thought that her daughter was possessed by evil spirits. When she brought Lena to a hospital to be examined, the initial diagnosis was a possible tumor.
I couldn't believe my ears when I heard my little 5-year-old baby was pregnant. All I could think was, who done this to her? Who? That's all I wanted to know.
I couldn't believe what I seen when this little girl came in with her stomach swollen so bad.
It's all blurred to me now. All I can remember is excruciating pain in my body coming back to life. My mother standing over me with my baby in her arms as I just lay there in pain.
Meet Geraldo Medina, Lena's son.
For 10 years of my life, I thought she was my sister. All I could think of, it could possibly be my father.
As one would expect, sexual abuse was immediately considered.
All I thought was who was gruesome enough to do this to a little girl.
Then to find out she was my mother, couldn't believe it. But now I'm 39 years old, wanting to know the truth. Just feels weird for me to call her mother.
Lena has never revealed the father of her child or the circumstances of the conception. After Lena's condition was discovered, her father was arrested and jailed on suspicion of rape and incest. He was later released due to lack of evidence.
The time has come to reveal all. Which of our 3 bizarre urban legends are true, and which are figments of the imagination? Was it the story of Maria Rodriguez and her octopus pregnancy? This story is false. This actually originated as a story in a book called The Affairs of Dame Rumor in 1948. Was it the tale of Melanie Griffiths and the phone calls from upstairs? This story is false. It began in the 1960s to deal with the insecurities of teenagers as they accept responsibilities. So what about the story of Lena, the youngest mother on record? This story is true. Medina's parents believed that she had an abnormal tumor. In actuality, she was 7 months pregnant.
Thank you for entering the world of urban legends. Did you guess correctly?